Hello folks, Simulation for the Nation here, and in today's video we're talking combines. Throughout Farming Simulator 19, Giants have always made sure there is a plethora of combines to suit your needs. Whether it be small combines such as the Bison Super Z056 or the new Holland TX54 that came in specifically for FS19 and is a beautiful model. If you're going for a bit bigger, the medium range combines provides you with even a little further output there, with models such as the Class Tucano from the Platinum DLC, or even this brilliant John Deere T560 that we had from the original starting point of FS19. Or indeed, if you're in need of some high output, you can look no further than the likes of the AGCO Ideal or the Class 8900 Lexion series. Now this is just a small sample of the many combines that are in FS19 currently available to you, but in this video, we're not going to be talking about those. We're going to be looking into the combines that are coming that we know of so far, and some of those that I would like to see for Farming Simulator 22. So let's go. So we're going to start with the combine that appeared during the FarmCon 21 sound engineering video, and also during some of the other videos that we saw over the other weekend. And it was first flagged up to me really in the sound engineering video by one of my channel members, Harris. So shout out to Harris once again. Where in the very distance in the background we saw what on closer inspection was a Deutz-Fahr Topliner. We also got to see the corner of the header actually during the production chain video when they were flicking between machines. So it does look like we can safely assume that this is for sure coming into the game, and perhaps it's going to be taken over from one of the smaller combines. Now the Deutz-Fahr Topliner, it comes in a variety of different range models there. It's the 40 series or the 4000 series, and it goes from like the 4045 I think all the way to the 4090, which is slightly more modern. But it's coming in from around 1991 through to 2001 depending upon the model in question. Some of the ranges were in production for a shorter period of time, some for a little bit longer, so it's all within that window. Depending on the model, you can see a header size of between 3 to 6 meters, but I'm assuming for FS22 it's probably going to be around the kind of 4.2, 4.6, 4.8 meter header, so one of the smaller range headers there for sure. And fun fact, at one point in time, I seem to recall that Deutz used to brag about this being the largest production straw walker combine in the world at the time, which is pretty cool. So I'd love to see a bit more about that. I'm sure it's going to be one of the smaller machines anyway, but can't wait to see what it looks like in game. Next up is the new Bumblebee to the collection. It's the new Holland CH 7.70, which joins as a mid-range combine. It's part of New Holland's new kind of medium-sized combine range, really. Now, the manufacturer, New Holland, claimed that this combine has innovative crossover harvesting, which is a concept that New Holland claim brings the outstanding kind of twin rotor separation of two rotors working together with the proven kind of conventional threshing of a drum at the very front. So ideally you're going to see lower losses, I believe, and it's going to be pretty cool. So that doesn't really do much for you, the farmer in Farm Sim 22, but it's still pretty nice to know. And I wonder how many of those, how much detail you'll see around the threshing system, or at least the working of that in the game. Now, I guess we'll all find that one out very soon. Now, the manufacturers say that the CH 7.70 can be fitted with a header which is between 5.818 meters and 9.15, which is pretty darn meaty. So I'm assuming again we're probably going to land somewhere in the middle of that, around about a 7. But it's still pretty good size for a medium-sized combine in game. I'm sure you will agree. I think it's great to see a New Holland medium-sized combine in. I do wonder if that means it's going to be the end for the larger CR series that we've had in game for 19. But I guess time will tell with that one there. But it's always nice to have a new addition. I always hope personally that we just keep adding and we don't take away. That's the hope I can have. Just keep going out and out and out, and we'll be perfectly fine with that. But now I think I want to talk about perhaps one of the most eagerly anticipated combines for FS22, or in fact one of the most eagerly anticipated mods for Farming Simulator 22, the John Deere X9 combine. Coming in at one of the world's largest capacity combines to date, it's 630 horsepower. The X9 1100, get this, can push through up to 30 acres an hour when in wheat, and as many as 7,200 bushels per hour when you're in a heavy yielding corn, which is pretty incredible. Flashing up on screen right about now will be a comparison from the John Deere website where they compare an X9. I believe it's they'll compare the 1000 and the 1100 series to that of a Class Lexion 8800. As you can see here, we are able to compare total throughput, combine capacity for bushels an hour, as well as productivity for acres an hour, which is pretty cool. Productivities across 14-hour days, depreciation, financial depreciation there, operating costs, and the fleet value there as well. So really impressive numbers there, really impressive to see. It's just the 1100 versus the 8800 Lex in there, but yeah, really does look like it's the market leader there right now, and that's how they've been advertising it, so that's pretty cool. But more than anything else there, really, in game, it just looks stunning. Obviously, it appeared in the CGI trailer, which we're going to be running around on loop below here, but visually, it just looks stunning, even if this is just a CGI trailer and not quite the representation. But you know Giant's going to do a really good job of it. We have a model in game for FS19 at the moment, which is really, really good, and no doubt the Giants will push to excel and to exceed the standards that our modders create here. So I really can't wait to see what that looks like. I believe if you're really looking to kind of develop and build into a game series or a save game where you progress, I think this is really going to be the jewel in the crown really for that series there. It's the North Star that you're going to continue to aim for. So we know of those 3 machines. That's a nice new range. No doubt there may well be more, fingers crossed. There's obviously a lot of opportunities there when you look at all the different brands that we have in and potential. So really look forward to it. I'd love to see a bit of an update for the case machines. Perhaps we will get to see that, as well as maybe even another older case. But at this point, I really want to delve into perhaps one of my guilty pleasures here, really. One must assume that some of the latest DLC machines and the pre-order bonuses from FS19 will be in the game, such as the Class Dominator, for example. You'll see that. You'd expect to see the Plasticano from the Platinum DLC, as well as the massive Class Lexington that we've just mentioned there already. But I would like to see something else. Essentially, I would like to see a new addition to this, to the older combine. Something that kind of translates across both Europe and also North and Central America as well, and also Southern America there. Something that has been around for ages, has perhaps inspired many people. I know it's inspired myself here, and I would love to see it in game. And I think there's a possibility. It's certainly not beyond the realms of possibility. It's a bit far-fetched there, but this is what I think we should see. It's something that is really going to rival the Bison that we looked at the very beginning of the video, and it's this: the Massey Ferguson 550. Now I know what you're thinking, Sim, you've lost it now, and that may be partially true, but I have a real fondness for this old combine, folks. This combine, and combines like it of this generation, but particularly this one, was the first machine I can remember seeing in magazines. Even the very first Britain's toy I had back in the day was a 550 Massey, and it just looks bulletproof. I mean, the shape's darn impressive and awesome. I just think that this is something that you could see perhaps in various different guises, maybe different model numbers, but the shape and the generation of combine is still remains the same. It's one of the last of the older style of auger systems. So the top mounted swinging out auger rather than mid mounted that we went to before coming out to the new elections and John Deere's of the world, which are obviously following a similar pattern but with a faster unloading system as well. It has a real look of a transformer about it, and I think it looks incredible. It looks brilliant when you're on a reel, a pickup reel, or even on your regular serial header, but it also looks pretty darn mean on a grain header there as well. So let me know, folks, what you think. Am I going completely crazy, or would this be something you would like to see here as well? For me, I think it would just be a little bit of variation there, something that a lot of us could all relate to, and a brand that we can all relate to for sure as well. So that's what I would like to see. This has just been a few little bits of a roundup there as to what we might see coming through at some point, someday down the line. I hope we do get to see some of these, but I'm sure as we are in August now, we're only a few weeks away from seeing fact sheets rolling around there, and that means that we're getting ever closer to Farm Sim 22. Do leave any comments, questions, or feedback down below. If you have enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. I've been Simulation for the Nation. We'll see you all in the next one.